Well, good afternoon each and everyone. Good morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to buffalo.co.uk. And it's the interview of interviews. We are interviewing Ollie Stewart.
Hello there.
The original Brixton chicken. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, how she got that name. Because she told me earlier, she owns it and no one can take it away.
No, that is true. That is so true. Thank you for having me here today.
It's a pleasure.
It's my pleasure as well.
Right, Ollie, tell us about your humble beginnings, how you began and what things you're into.
Sure. As you said, I am the original Brixton chick, born and raised in Brixton. Lived on Angel Town. Went to like a comprehensive secondary school, just like any other young girl. But all my life, there's always been music involved in my life, regardless, you know.
Okay,
So
that's
like Sunday, my mum would be playing music. She's doing the rice and peas. You know, every day there's music in the house, regardless.
So I gather you're a bit of a dancer as well, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I used to go dancing with a really good friend of mine called Lena. We actually won the Evening Standards BAGA Awards. Came second, which was fantastic.
Okay, that's really good. Since then, what are the sort of things that you've been getting into as a younger woman at that time?
Such as what, work-wise or
Work-wise, music.
Wow, I've got quite a
community.
checkered past. Quite a checkered past. Started off in Tower Records. I was there for 9 years, and this is where I got my eclectic taste in music.
Wow.
All genres from bluegrass to classical, from classical to hip hop, R&B. You know, I just embrace all sorts of music. So I was there for 9 years in the customer service department as a manager, and then after that, left to work as a PA for an artist management company.
Wow, so you still kept it in the music?
Absolutely. I love music, honestly, I love it. So after that, I said, right, it's time for me to sort of grow up. I went and became a prison officer.
Ooh.
I know, I won't mention the prison.
No, we won't have that.
And then after that, joined Metropolitan Police.
Okay.
I know.
Nothing wrong with that, guys. It's a job.
I know. That was brilliant. I did that for 4 years. And now I'm a youth worker because working for the police, I found that I was more of an engager as an enforcer, as opposed to an enforcer. I like to engage with young people, hence the reason why I've embarked on this career.
Well, plus being that you come from an area where it needs a lot of engagement, it helps.
Absolutely. You've got to actually invest in the youth today.
We need to. I agree with that. Now, since you've been working with young people, and I know you have a passion for whatever you take on, because I can see that in you, the music, the genre that you love to do as a performer.
As I said, you know, Tower Records' influence on me personally. I don't have a genre of such. It's like a infusion of different sort of genres. So I like sort of like, you know, commercial.
Okay.
I like the folky kind of stuff, but also I like to put a little bit of hip hop, with a little twist in there, you know. So I love obviously ska music. Care of Daddy.
Yes.
Oh, is it okay if I
Yes.
say Happy Father's Day, Dad? This is to Frank Pitter. I just want to wish you a happy Father's Day, and thank you for making me the person that I am today, and also producing and writing my first simple song. Thank you.
And trust me, it is a very nice song. I've listened to it in production myself, and I've actually listened to it live now. And yes, look out for it. It's going to be happening, and this young lady's going to take the place by storm. Talking about Daddy now, because obviously he's bringing you into the fold of music, and he has a very interesting career, being with a very famous band, and I'll let you tell
He
us.
was I think he first started off with a band called the Bees, and that sort of changed into Symarip.
Yeah.
Then it turned into Symarippyramid, okay? And they had a very, very, very famous song called Skinhead Moonstomp, which, you know, it is kind of controversial because of the word skinhead, but, you know, it is brilliant. Not too long ago, he performed at Hootenanny in Brixton.
Yes, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm telling you.
He's a slick dresser though, isn't he?
And a slick dancer too.
Yeah, I see the dancing.
Yeah, but what I loved about his show, you had skinheads there, you had mods there, you had rastas there, you had, just a local Joe blogs there.
Yeah.
It was like absolutely crazy. Everyone was just like bopping together. Fantastic. And yeah, definitely
Yeah, I
fantastic.
think you're going to be following those footsteps of the fantasticness, I believe.
You do flatter me, sir.
So yes, talking about the collaboration you're doing with your dad at the moment,
Mm.
how did that come about?
Well, my dad's got his own studio, and
Hmm.
I just, as I said, I just love being around music, so I just went down there one day, and just started to sing, just messing about. He's going, you've got a good voice. Oh, right, well, let's see if we can work together. Now you're going to put your head to it, because he's quite stern, he is. And he pulled out, he's got thousands, a catalogue of songs, and he pulled out one song, a simple song, and that was it for me.
So how do you find it working with Daddy?
Dad
Yeah.
is dad. Dad is dad. He knows the industry inside and out, and he gives me so much technical advice. Okay, because obviously, I'm just used to sort of singing around the house, but this time it's on a different level.
It's for
So
real
he,
now.
absolutely, absolutely. So as I said, he gives me advice, which is sound advice, honestly. Even though sometimes he can come across as being draconian, even though he can come across as being draconian, but hey, it's worth it.
Yes. Your favourite types of artists? Who do you listen to a lot?
Okay. Well, I love the Stones, the Rolling Stones. I've always been a fan of theirs ever since the Woodstock period. I just love all the sort of 60s,
Yeah, I'm
70s.
I'm a bit of a Stones fan myself
Yeah,
because growing up in the '60s as a kid, reggae wasn't really a major thing at the time.
yeah.
But the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Who,
Uh huh.
you
Oh,
know, the
absolutely,
Animals were one of my
absolutely.
favourites.
Richie Havers, Janis
Yes.
Joplin,
Yeah.
The Doors, but I love my Jimmy Cliff, my John Holt.
Oh yeah.
Love you, hate you. You know that song? Oh,
Yes.
I love that so much. Marcia Griffiths, and then you have people like from the R&B section, sort of like the Commodores,
Oh yeah.
Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the list is endless.
Shoo run run run.
Oh, absolutely. And James Brown.
Hey!
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually
man.
met him. I did before he died. God rest his soul.
Yeah, I met him.
He's amazing guy. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, as I said, it's I have an infusion of different kind of genres of music.
Yeah. I know we met at a particular event,
Mm,
and we were both actually performing on that event.
mm.
But when I saw your show, I was like, wow,
Thank you.
Dad's trained you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
But obviously, there are a lot of your own infusions in there that, you know, attracted the crowd. And I said to myself, this girl's got something there. And, you know, when she's out there, everyone, make sure you buy a song because she is got it going on.
You see, I think Beyonce's got an alter ego, and that's what happens when I go on stage. It's not Ollie, it's just some upper term diva, and it seems to work. So, c'est la vie.
Yeah, but you know what? For your very first time on a stage, no one would have never guessed.
For real? Thank
No.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Because when you said it's your first time ever, I thought, well, let me see what the first time's going to be like. And you look like a natural up there.
Thank you. That's a great compliment. I really appreciate
You
that.
look like a natural up there. And,
Coming from a veteran like yourself.
well, I'm not like your dad yet. I'm getting there. But Brixton.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you grew up
That's my baby.
Angel Town.
Uh huh.
Yes, one of the originals.
Absolutely.
So-
Can I just give a shout out to a couple of my
Yes.
Lena Emmons and Wendy Martin and Dion. This is for the Angel Town fraternity ladies. Okay, love ya.
Nice one. You did that very seductively.
Thank you.
Talking about how did you get the OBBC name?
I coined it, so therefore I own it, and it should stay with me forever.
Wow.
It's just something that ever since the Brixton's changing, ever evolving. So I'm trying to claw it back and say,
This
no, I
belonged to
am
us.
the original Brixton chick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's really good.
Absolutely. I shall own that.
So I should see that on your album cover one day.
Definitely.
Should make a song about it as well. That'd be a good idea.
That's a good point. I shall mention that to my father and see what he says.
Find a nice little poppy, rocky flavour instead of when I see the word Brixton reggae.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love my reggae
Yeah,
guys because I'm a reggae artist, but sometimes we need to turn it around a bit.
absolutely. Flip the switch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Talking about community, I know you do a
Mm.
lot of youth work, and
Hmm.
have you ever sort of seen any inspirational thing in some of the young, like music, poetry that you've met?
Absolutely, absolutely. My nephew, for instance, Sheldon, I'm going to bring him up. He is a great producer, and he's in his bedroom. I've got a young boy who I key
You-
work at the
Okay.
moment, which I won't mention his name, but he is off the chain. It, I'm not into all that spitting. Blah, blah, blah. It's a bit young for me, you know what I mean? But it's just poetry in motion. If they slow it down, that's
It's
a
very nice.
poem. I'm telling you.
Very
There is
nice.
so much talent out there. It's just untapped talent, you know. And that's what I said. We've got to try and elevate that.
Well, we at Buffalo try to do that anyway.
Hmm.
We call all young artists. As we were talking earlier, we both represented on a young people's talent show
Hmm.
as artists and guest artists in University of Goldsmiths,
Yes, yes.
and it was a very nice event. And I think people who came were well received. The artists were well received, and I think when you get that kind of accolade, I'm sure you rise to
Absolutely.
the occasion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I rate Buffalo definitely, for all the support that he's actually given all these young people. So I would say you guys need to support Buffalo, and just always check out www.buffalo, that's buffaloo.co.uk.
Very nicely said.
Seamless.
Yes. What I was also going to ask you, because I know we was talking about other things that you were interested in getting in, the acting. Because I know you want to go into films and.
Who told you that? Did I tell you that?
Yes, you
Oh my
did.
giddy aunt. Yes, I do. Um, my gosh, you remember? There's this thing now. Made in Brixton that's coming out. Now I wanted to audition for that.
And what stopped you?
You got to be under 25. I'm 31.
Then we need to think of doing an older
But
version.
I sort of pushed my little niece, Fifi. I said, you go for the audition. She went for the audition. So if she gets it, I should be that auntie that's always around her. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and you
at
can,
least I get
you can
looking.
coach her. You can coach her. She can be the OBC on your behalf.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let the younger ones come and bring me through here.
Well, it's good that they are doing things on the young, but remember, there's some of us in the nether regions, because we don't like to give ages,
Yeah,
that would like to sort of talk about our experience of when
absolutely.
we were young.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of history there that we have.
Hmm. Hmm.
The Omars, the Donnies.
Oh, yeah.
I won't mention me because I'm already on. You've seen me already. The Lloyd Coxons, the Festus Coxons of this world, and many, many other entertainers, artists, even film producers that have come from Brixton
Absolutely.
and roundabout in the London area. So, those of you who are looking and listening, there's a young lady who has a lot of ideas.
Oh,
Tap in.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So no, I totally agree with you there.
I think we should play one of your songs now,
Hmm.
and I'm going to start with song 2 first.
Oh, you get it funky.
Yeah.
Okay. And this one is called Devil's Ride.
And we're going to play it in the background. I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
how was it to write the lyrics for it?
Again, that's care of Dad. It's just that I give it a little bit of my olliness. Just kind of change it a little bit. But yeah, it was brilliant, especially in the studio. When we got it, it's like a eureka moment. The light bulb. Yay.
But it sounds really good, and I mean, even when you performed it, it was really off. Even I was dancing in the front. I did like to.
Did you do the Devil's Slide?
Yeah.
Remember? I said you step to the left, and then you step to the right,
Oh,
you do
yeah.
the Devil's Slide, the Devil's Slide. That's it.
And we all were doing it, and moving the
Absolutely.
feet, and it was nice.
Uh-huh. Can I say another shout out to Andrews, whose birthday is today? Thank you so much, and Katie, for coming down and supporting me on that night. My sister Tanja and Carla,
Yes, you had a load of people.
and
singing.
Uncle Danny. Is
Oh,
Uncle
yeah,
Danny?
yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Jadani. A long time we know your brethren.
Yeah. So that was brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And I know your dad's been very hard at working on productions and stuff. And We are going to bring Frank in at another stage, and you will get to hear and see the great man himself, the father of this beautiful young lady here. So we're going to bring him in soon, and he can tell the full story of how the 60s went, because he was a part of it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that one.
Me too.
So, you know, but getting back to you, Ollie, I know you have put your flavour. Have you got any other ideas working on at the moment?
Yes, Dad's got a couple. As I said, Dad's got a catalogue of songs which hasn't been released before. So what we're doing now is just going through them sort of systematically to see which one actually suits which one my voice suits, you know. So yeah, we're just going through. So hopefully, you know, we might get a album. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Ollie and Frank.
Absolutely.
Or Frank and Ollie, whichever way it goes.
Absolutely. I'm desperate for Simple Song to get into iTunes, you know, in the top 5.
So yes, now I'm going to finally play the next track. I'm going to move it over. And this is
Simple Song.
Simple Song. Very nice ballady type song.
Absolutely.
What made you choose this one?
This is definitely my sort of. This one suits my voice, you know. I'm not a Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston. I am
No,
more.
but we like your vibes, you know.
Thank you.
We
I
like
am
your
sort
vibes.
of like more folky and just chill.
I was listening to this, and I used to I don't know if you know the singer Desiree.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember this. Yes.
Well, I used to do some work with her back in the Dulwich days when we used to run up and down as youngsters.
Yes.
And she was always into the folky type of stuff. We used to take the mickey out of her. That's not going to get anywhere. And she had a big hit.
Exactly.
And we were
Yeah.
like,
It's gotta be.
yeah. We
That
like
was
her.
an amazing song.
Yeah, and you know, she's always been very poetic.
Yes.
And you remind me of her in especially with this song here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know.
You know what you can sing a little bit for you?
Yes.
On a red wine. Yeah, I try. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know now? Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know now? Woo! Come on. Don't you know that I try? Woo! This is my little instrumental bit. We just rock and sway.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing when you're sitting down and relaxing and taking flight, as one says, and you're enjoying the moment. You could be drinking a glass of wine.
Absolutely.
You know, relaxing.
Having great memories that went through my mind.
Woo!
I beg and I pray that I'm not an outcast. Woo. Giving me the love I need, then I see the light. Without you, it's pointless to see the light. Morning light, simple song on a red wine. Simple thoughts of great demand on a red light. There you go.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
And
I
this
said I
was
haven't warmed up my voice or anything.
no, but it still sounds good. You handled that very well.
Thank
Now,
you.
Just want to say thank you to Ollie for coming,
No, it's my pleasure.
and it was a pleasure listening to it again. And you know, I hope we see you again when the album's out to
Absolutely.
talk about the album.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, you know, thank you, Buffalo, for having me, and happy Father's Day to my dad. And make sure you stay tuned to www.buffalo with 2 O's.co.uk. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you. And this is UKP Principal checking out beautiful lady that we've had here today,
Thank you.
Miss Ollie Stewart. Remember that name, and remember the album is coming. And you heard it here on Buffalo. Buffalo.
Just a simple song.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.
Thank you.
So, good night, good evening, good afternoon, and